must realize that all these failures, the buck stops at him. This is just the truth. This is from my point of view. This is what I think. The buck stops at him. Anyway, let me move to another issue, very sensitive issue. Very sensitive issue. And I know, talking about this one, I mean, many people would not be so happy that we talk about this. But they say, ubulwele bwamfumu butensha chalo. Ubulwele bwamfumu butensha chalo. So, when a situation like what we had today happens, we can't pretend and not talk about it. No. We can't pretend that, no, we can't talk about this. Let's not. We need, when you are in that position, I mean, your life is of great concern to all of us. Your life is of great concern to all of us. So me talking about the health of the president, it's not that I hate him. I'm just being patriotic. I'm just being patriotic. So, I am honestly, sometimes I honestly get concerned with the health of the president. And why do I get concerned with the health of our president? I get concerned because, firstly, if you remember some time back, when President Sata was still president, and there was those squabbles in PF of, if President Edgar Lungu wants to take over on ZNBC, President Edgar Lungu clearly said, no, I'm not interested. I am not interested in being president. Among other things or reasons he gave, he was that, no, my health is not very good. President Edgar Lungu himself, before he became president, when Sata was still alive, he brought out this issue on ZNBC. It's there. Nchilevepa, Vasaiba, Mweba ku force headquarters. I know you are looking, as I'm talking, you are trying to see if you can come up with a docket. I don't have a problem. You can come up with as many dockets as possible, but I know some of these things I talk about, one day I'll be vindicated. I may not be alive, but one day I'll be vindicated because what I say is the truth. So, he brought out that issue of health when he was back then, before he was president. He became president in 2015. In 2015 itself, during Women's Day, he collapsed. He went into hospital. He was okay. A few times here and there, he has not felt well. And he has been very generous to inform the nation accordingly. Today, we are not very sure what really happened there. We are not sure what really happened because the cameras seems to have blacked out. That was a live coverage, but the cameras just during that time they were blacked out. And we haven't seen anything what really happened. The statement that has come from Dr. Miti is nothing but a statement coming from a doctor. It's nothing but a statement coming from a doctor. Doctors, they have their own way of talking. They have their own way of calming the situation. But shoot me if you want. I am concerned. Arrest me if you want. I am concerned. I am concerned. Me, I am concerned. At Chilufya Tayali, I am concerned. Should I keep quiet about it? Yes. If you like, you'd say no. I should keep quiet. I should not talk about it. But no. I will not be a responsible citizen if I don't express myself over such a big issue. Presidency is not a small issue. Presidency is a big issue. The life of a president affects all of us. And especially in a country where we have experienced sad moments of losing a president. We need to be truthful. We need to be brave and face these situations and not try to pretend. I am not discussing this out of hate of President Edgar Lungu. No. I am discussing this out of patriotism. Out of patriotism, out of concern, out of love for my country. That's why I'm discussing this. And my simple request in this, is that can President Edgar Lungu really look at himself? Can he analyze himself? Of course, we never know. We don't know. Our lives are in the lives of God. But really, there are times when you can feel to say, can I do this? Is President Edgar Lungu ready for another 5 years? Is President Lungu ready for another 5 years? It is true. What happened there can happen to anyone. It can even happen to me. It can happen to anyone. Because yes, let's look back. President Edgar Lungu has been very busy these days. He has been moving around the country. And then he comes back, he has to go through that ceremony. That ceremony was also tiring. It was for a long time. He had to stand for a long time. Surely any person can get weak and you can get dizzy. You can even collapse. It is possible. It can happen to anyone. But look, these are the duties of a president. These are the duties of the president. This is what is expected of a president. People have been laughing at me to say, why have you gone for the mayoral position? You need to have this experience. And I know for a fact that being president is not an easy thing. And these things I'm saying, they have been said before. President Levi Mwanawasa, Michael Chilufya used to talk about this. And the people called him all sorts of names. They called him all sorts of names. What happened to Levi Mwanawasa? President Sata himself, people used to talk. What happened to President Sata? Don't hate me. I am not in any way wishing bad of President Edgar Lungu. No. No, I am not. Not at all, not at all. I'm a Christian. And I'm a very reasonable person. And I know life is a mystery. I might be talking like this myself. I'll go to sleep. Tomorrow I will not rise. I may not rise up again. And President Edgar Lungu can live up to 100 years. Life is a mystery. But at the same time, much as life is a mystery, much as life is in the hands of God, we are responsible. We are responsible for our lives. We are responsible for our health, and what we do. You know, there are a number of times when you see President Edgar Lungu really that, you know, he looks weak, he looks tired. Especially when he engages in some of these activities. You look at him even on TV, even his voice, you will see that his voice is low. When President Edgar Lungu is at his best, you will hear even his voice is high, is jovial. But there are times when you look at the man and you are like, is everything okay? At least from my point of view. But and I pray that, you know, everything, you know, President Edgar Lungu, you know, is protected by God and is given a good health. But I do get concerned. I'm not saying no, President Edgar Lungu should not stand and do whatever. No, I'm not saying that. Maybe you need to start looking at, look at his health and start arranging events in a manner that it will not strain him. Maybe start looking at the schedules. Start looking at his schedules and reduce the load. Maybe start reducing the load. Because frankly speaking, if you go through the videos, some of these videos, you will see that this man is not okay. Even today, by the time he was collapsing, I don't know if he collapsed or by the time he was being dizzy. Look at President Edgar Lungu before. Go and watch the video and see the demeanor of this person. How was he looking like? You will realize that really something was not right. Even he managed to read through that speech. He finished that speech. But listen to the speech. Compare it, for example, with his speech in Parliament. Compare it with this speech in Parliament. Compare it with the speeches elsewhere. And look, you'll be able to see this. And for me, I don't know if I'm too sensitive. I look and I get worried. The people that are handling President Edgar Lungu, please, you are there to do a job. You are there to save our president. You are not there just to make money and agree to everything. Handle the president. Handle the president. Be honest with him. Be honest with him. This issue of trying to please the president, telling him lies and so on and so forth, you are the one destroying him. You are the one destroying him. Even this issue of violence, even this issue of Mpulungu, it is because people have not been honest. The people of Mpulungu have been complaining. And I, for one, had even spoken about it. But some of you, but Freedom Scouts, where you come from there, and you are in the office of the president, and yet your people have been complaining instead of people enjoying by the fact that you are in the president's office. The people of Mpulungu should have been enjoying the fact that you are in the president's office. But unfortunately, the people of Mpulungu, they are the ones who are actually complaining. Same with the other handlers of the president. Some of us who seem to be critical, who seem to say, things as they are, you are busy victimizing us. You want those that just agree with everything. But you are destroying President Edgar Lungu. You are destroying his legacy. And this goes even into his health. Look at his health and tell him the truth. Manage his activities. Manage his activities. Look what you did today. Look what you did today. You people, SATA, people did the same thing to do what they did today. They did the same thing to President Sata. When people are complaining about Sata, they brought Sata out. They brought him to Parliament to come and open Parliament. And those pictures were not nice. At one point, they arranged a meeting with the Chinese delegation at State House. And President Sata came out. The pictures were not good at all. But in just trying to maintain that, no, President Sata is okay, they staged all these activities. This is what I saw today as well. They did the same thing. In trying to cover up whatever happened at the investiture there. They arranged a fishing expedition. They arranged a fishing expedition. I mean, and it was so amateurish arrangement. It was so amateur arrangement. That was so poor of you trying to cover up these incidents that happened, where you even take a chair, put it there in front. You drive him, you bring him a distance, and he walks a short distance, and you are all over, all of you in your suits, nicely dressed, at the president Edgar Lungu is fishing. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? Putting up such cheap acts, very, very cheap acts, in just trying to cover something, trying to cover. What are you covering? What are you covering? That is cheap. You people who are handling the president, that is cheap. What you did today was very cheap. It was very, very cheap. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Can you manage the president? Don't start covering up things. Things will blow in your faces. Things will blow in your faces. This is a human being that you are dealing with. If you love him, take care of him. Don't push him. Don't just keep on pushing him, because you want to protect your interests, because you want to protect your jobs. Handle that man properly. That person is, before being president, is a husband. Before being a president, he's a father. Before being a president, he's a grandfather. I really doubt Vamamawa Esther Lungu would accepted that he should be brought out to parade him, to show that he looks okay. I'm sure she would have loved to have him sleep. You should have just left him come there and sleep and say, well, he's not feeling well, he's sleeping. When he recovers fully tomorrow, bring him out. Other than, no, let's sort out this issue. You bring him out. You even bring cameras now. You even invite journalists. That was a big show which looked so amateur in the way you arranged it. He's coming there. President Edgar Lungu is going to fish. And cameras are already there. ZNBC is already there. It looked so amateur. And you are asking him questions and he's issuing warnings. Everything, from my point of view, it was a mess. It was a mess. And he's issuing, because now some people would actually say, no, it's not about the violence that President Edgar Lungu is threatening state of emergency. It's because he's scared that he can't go out and campaign. And because you don't want us to talk about these issues, you threaten us with the cyber law. You don't want us to talk. So you are threatening us with cyber law. You want us to keep quiet, to hide your incompetence. You are being incompetent and you don't want us to talk about your incompetence. Watchdog has reported that Isaac Chipampe has got COVID. What is your position? What are you saying about that? What is the position? Where is Isaac Chipampe? Where is Isaac Chipampe? Are you going to arrange another fishing expedition for him? Or this time around you are going to arrange, a tourism, walking safari? Be honest. Be objective. Be objective, especially when you are handling people's lives, people's health. If President Edgar Lungu is not feeling well, it is normal. Tell people he's not feeling well. Zambian people will understand than when you are trying to put up, you are trying to show that no, everything is okay and all. You are coming up with my fishing expeditions and is issuing threats. Those things will blow up in your faces. This country belongs to God. That's one thing that you should know. This country belongs to God. No one owns this country. You don't own this country. So don't think that you can do anything you like. God has his own way of doing things. God has his own way of doing things. You sit and plan on how you are going to fix some of us. But you'll be shocked. God will fix you instead. God will fix you instead. This country belongs to God. So don't think that because you have got powers, you can fix everyone. No. God has got his own way of doing things. Handle the president properly. Be honest with him. And even himself, he should be honest with himself. He should be honest with himself. Ati chikalipa chumfo mwine. Busheba lungu bale umfashani. Busheba lifya wino. Bakateka busheba lifya wino. Ngatamuli wino. You have saved this country. We have appreciated what you have done. Just, pull back. Let another person come in. Let another person come in. Nile so tusunga. Tefifulo yo. Tefifulo. It's not about this position. That's why for me, I'm a happy guy. Even now, I am contesting as mayor. I don't have a problem. I even have an agenda. What I'm going to do. If I don't go through, I am going back to pick up my company, brush it up, and go full throttle in marketing. I'll survive. I am not holding on to this. It's not good. It's not good. There is life outside presidency. There is life outside all these public offices. There is life. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I'm not saying he's not fit. And I'm saying to everyone that let's be honest. If you are covering up this, we should take care of ourselves and take care of our country. So this is what I wanted to bring out, to express myself. I wanted to express myself. You may not like what I've said, but this is what I feel. I've just said what I feel. I am not against President Edgar Lungu. I just feel that certain things, we know, when they are not right, we should just say them as it is. And when we are concerned, we should express our concern. That's all I've done. If you are not happy with it, some of you like to say, no, then we will not vote for you. I want to become mayor, yes. But at the end of the day, I just want to save. And if you refuse, if you reject me, no problem. I'll do something else. But I'm sure if you are reasonable, you agree with me that what I've said here is the truth. What I've said here is the truth. And if you vote for me, you give me that legitimacy to be able to speak on national matters, even on your behalf. I'm a married man. I have to go to my wife. Good night.